Being a people in the book is a very hard job. Because if I was Jehovah's Witness,
I encourage you to go watch this video, and it made me think of two encounters that I've experienced having conversations with people. So the one thing is it was a client when I was care counseling. She asked me, because I told her that I didn't celebrate the holidays, because she was like, oh, what are you doing for Christmas? And I was like, I don't celebrate the holidays. She was like, may I ask why? Oh, may I ask why not? And so she was aware of my faith, and so that's probably why she inquired. But I told her, giving her the long drawn out version, but her response had me like, oh. So I had told her, I was like, well, just reading the Bible for myself, I realized that there's a lot of things, like these holidays are not in there, like it's not even biblical. And she was like, oh, because they're pagan. I was like, yes. And it made me, it threw me. It threw me for a loop, because I was not expecting her to say that at all. And I'm like, yo, how is it that there's people who are not of our faith and understand that these things are pagan? These things are traditions of men that people are trying to add to the book, that are trying to add. And I'm like, but believers, or people that call themselves believers, can't see it, can't understand it. They're just blinded to it. And the other encounter is when I was at the gas station, and the person at the register or whatever, he was trying to make conversation. He was like, oh, what are you doing for Christmas? And I was like, oh, I don't celebrate Christmas. And he was like, oh, like he was like really shocked. And then the guy that was next to me waiting on his lottery tickets, he was just like, you're Muslim? I was just like, no, I'm a Bible believer. And he was like, And it made me think, I'm like, it was an automatic thought that I was Muslim. And then when I told him that I was a Bible believer, he was like taken back. And so I'm like, wow, we really got some work to do as the body of Messiah, really getting down to the nitty gritty and the root of these things. And when it comes to the feast, right, like he literally, like Yah really set apart these high holy days, like that young lady was saying. And for me, I just had my first experience celebrating the feast with others, and it was just like beautiful, and really understanding. And I think the one thing for me is that even when it comes to these feasts, y'all, people will still try to throw traditions into it. And so it's like, what does the word say? Because I'm realizing all of these religious constructs, traditions of men, all up in there. Traditions of men, all up in there. All up in there. And so it's just like, where did that even come from? I'm like, what's the source? Where'd you get that from? That's where I'm at. But I will say it was a really great experience doing the feast. And because I remember a few years ago, like I've been wanting to get into it, but I don't think I was there yet. I would try to do it, but I'll either be too late, don't know what I was doing. I'll try to read about it, but it was just not penetrating my mind, because I don't know. It was just like, maybe like I was wanting to do it, but I don't know. Maybe I still needed some preparation within me, because I feel like now I'm able to receive more. See, there's probably a lot of things I still had to let go, and that's why I wasn't able to receive it now that I said it out loud. Because now I'm really starting to absorb and really understand some of the things. And some stuff I'm still like, I need to read this 10 times over to get it. But I don't think it's a thing of like, okay, all right, I did it, and so now I know everything. That's not true. Because each time we walk through something, we learn something new, we gain a different experience, and I'm still learning. you know, and even those that, you know, I'm learning with, they're still learning. People who've walked this path for years, they're still learning. And so it's just so cool. Yeah, and I actually want to share too about the Sabbath, like this whole shift from Sunday to Saturday worship. So I'll come back and do that in a different video, but yeah, it's something with these traditions of men and these holidays, because it's like Yah already put everything in he already put everything in his law for us. Like people want to celebrate, people want to fellowship. You can do that on his holy days, you know, but a lot of times we want to worship him and praise him in the way that we want to. But what does he say? You know, I was talking to a sister and, you know, we were discussing strange fire. And so it's like, are we offering up strange fire thinking that he's going to think that it's okay? Thank you for his mercy and his grace that we didn't get like, I say this for myself. Thank you for his mercy and grace that I am still alive and that I'm able to, you know, and I still have the chance to walk in newness and have a renewing of my mind, body, and spirit. Because if I would have died years ago, who knows where I would have been going. I would have been going to hell. Point blank, straight, period. Okay? Eternal fire. Internal torment. But yeah. So, anyway. I'll holla at y'all later. And remember that the joy of Yah is your strength. Y'all be blessed.